The Ball poem by John Berryman beautifully describes a boy who has lost his ball. The poem gives a lesson full of wisdom that everyone must learn to bear the pain associated with loss. In the poem, the poet describes a boy who is playing with a ball. Once the ball bounces out of his control and consequently it falls into the water and gets lost. The boy is full of grief and sorrow, and the poet feels that no other ball will be sufficient to lessen his sadness. Here, the lost ball actually is the loss of a personal possession, maybe the death of some near dear one or separation from our beloved one. So the ball which is lost actually signifies personal loss. So, as long as there is life, we need to bear many types of losses. We need to learn the way to cope up with these losses. So, the poem is about losing something which we love and then learning to grow up. Here in the poem, we see a little boy who, in his young life, for the first time, learns what experience it is to like face grief after loss of a much beloved possession. In this case, it was the ball. For uh, the boy had spent a lot of time with the ball and was deeply attached with the ball. For us as readers, maybe the ball is of no consequence. For us as adults, the loss of this ball is of minor consequence because we know that there are many balls in the market. So we could easily replace the lost ball. But to that little boy, this is different because he's completely attached with the ball. He has his memories of the ball. So he has spent a lot of time playing with the ball. Happy memories are associated with that ball for the child, for that boy. So one easily can get another ball, but money is external and immortal here, as it cannot buy back the love and cannot replace the things that we love. So in the poem, the boy's ball is personifying his young days in which he was happy and innocent. People may take balls just as they will take away the boy's innocence and force him to grow up soon. And once the innocence is lost, you cannot get it back. So, despite all of this, we need to learn to stand up. One needs to be strong, and we have to cope up with the losses and get on with our life, irrespective of our losses, of the grief and sorrow. This is the only way we will survive. So, we need to learn to accept our losses, cope up with them, and let it go. So, the poet has in this poem used imagery while telling how the ball personifies the spirit of the boy's childish innocence. We see how the spirit of this little boy, like the ball, is sinking into the dark waters of the harbor, and as it drifts further away, the little boy will learn to grow up. As the innocent will also drift away and he'll start growing up, and that part is linked to that ball which grows up as well until it is no longer until the boy is no longer a little boy. As readers, we may interpret the poem literally and metaphorically. Literally, it is a picture of a little boy growing up, learning to deal with the loss of his first beloved possession. Metaphorically, this is a story of mankind learning to deal with the loss of their loved things or loved people. Let's see the explanation line wise. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. So here the poem is all about a boy losing his ball, and the poem begins by the poet putting up the question that now that the boy has lost his ball, what is he going to do? So he asks the question himself. He talks about the boy who has lost his ball and asks what he will do after losing it. The boy had been very happy and cheerful when he had the ball with him, and the boy was playing with the ball. He was bouncing it up and down on the street, and all of a sudden he must have lost control over the ball and he had slipped through. The ball had slipped through, the boy's hand, and it fell into the street. From there, it fell into the nearby river and was lost in the water. So the poet says that there is no use in saying that the boy will get another ball, because the boy is already lost in sorrow and grief. Further, we see uh, an ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. So here again we see that the boy is very sad and full of grief. He is standing in a fixed position, he's standing there and shaking, trembling, and constantly staring at something. Now, the boy feels that all his young days, youthful days, childhood memories are gone down in the water in the harbor along with the ball, because he had spent so much time with the ball, he had played with the ball, he had a special attachment with the ball. The boy cannot be told to buy another ball, as it would not be worth it. The new ball cannot bring back his memories, his childhood memories, his happy days, and a sense of belonging to the boy. So, next we see uh, now he senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He's learning well behind his desperate eyes. The epistemology of loss. How to stand up, knowing that every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. So here we see that the poet tries to share the fact that this is the first time that the boy is realizing his sense of responsibility. He feels that he should have taken care of his things, of his ball, so that it would not get lost. It would not have got lost if he had taken care. So he learns that he should take care of his things so that they do not get lost in future. Here, the ball symbolizes the happy moments, innocent days of childhood. So, the ball loss is compared with the child's innocent nature. Once the innocence is lost, one cannot get it back. The poet says the world is full of materialistic things. People keep on losing things similar to the ball all the time. They get attached to the materialistic things, but we need to realize that these things will not stay on forever, and we have to the boy has to learn to live without his ball or without any of the possessions he loses in future as well. The poet further says that no one can buy things back. Money is an external thing, everything can't be bought with money. So if we are attached, like the as human beings, if we are attached to a person and if we lose that person, money cannot get back that person in our life again. We cannot get back the love we shared with the help of money. So the boy is learning from his experience of losing the ball and trying to get out of that sorrow. He's trying to understand reality of life by accepting that the miseries of life are there and we need to stand up again and again even after grief. Early or later, everyone learns the harsh truth that suffering is an inevitable part of life. We need to forget the pain and move ahead. We should learn to accept things and let go, and learn to bear the pain associated with loss. In this poem, the notion of innocence here, it refers to a child's simplicity, lack of knowledge, and a pure heart and soul, which has not yet been spoiled by the daily affairs of life. So, in the poem, the poet suggests that money can buy things to replace the things which are lost, but money can never buy the actual thing that is lost. So, money we have to understand a responsibility so that we do not lose things, or in this world we do not lose our relations, our love, because money cannot buy back memories, nor can it replace the things that we love. Now let's move on to the poetic devices used in the poem. First would be alliteration, like we see the line buys a ball back. So it is BBB, buys a ball back. Next we see assonance, that is he is learning well behind his desperate eyes. So we see the prominent vowel E repetition of the vowel E. So he learning well behind desperate eyes. So the vowel E. Then the repetition, the word ball is repeated continuously. Then we have symbolism, where we see that the ball is actually a symbol of the childhood, the innocence attached, which if lost cannot be retrieved. So it is used as a symbol of possession. So next is apostrophe, here in which mm, we see the balls will be lost always, little boy. So the poet addresses the boy. So apostrophe is a literary device in which a physically absent person is addressed. In this case, the boy who's absent now is being, who was not physically present, is being addressed. Balls will be lost always, little boy. So this is apostrophe. So this is all in the poem. I hope you like do benefit from this video. You have learned something from this video. Do subscribe to my channel and like the video. Do subscribe for further videos. Thank you.